Hello everybody and welcome to No Guns Life Season 2 Episode 8, overall Episode 20, Anime Review. So this episode, the twist is pretty much what I expected it to be, with Tetsuro, not actually controlling Juzo the whole time. But it is interesting the rest of it, the whole conversation, Tetsuro and old man Professor Wachowski, is that his name? Their conversation was pretty interesting. Find out that actually he's not too bad a guy either, really. Like, when you think of his goals, yes, he might not be going about them in the greatest possible way, but he's got the right idea, but just not the way to get to that idea, if that makes sense. We'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, it was a solid episode, and next week seems like we're going to be pretty action-packed, so that's exciting as well. Anyway, let's jump into the episode, see how everything went down, and do this. We pick up where we left off with Juzo running away from the bodyguards, or assistants, I don't know what you'd call them. The hit squad, basically. He runs away and they give chase and everything. They catch up. One of them is one that Juzo beat up before, and I don't remember him, so he's clearly not important. I think it was earlier in this season, like the first couple episodes with him, maybe. He easily dispatches them, so the old man Wachowski sends the other guy, whose name I wrote down somewhere, give me a minute, Kunugi, sends him to go as well, and then he's like, but what about the boy? And he's like, the boy can't hurt me, and it's like, the boy's gonna hurt you. And basically, don't want to say that's what happens, that's what happens. Tetsuro stands up, gets behind him, says, I will unplug your life support if you don't basically do what I say. Or if you shout, basically, shout for help. He hacked his own sub-brain, so when he got locked into Harmony, he was locked into himself, so really, nothing really happened. He asked Juzo to help him so he can solve his own problems, so really, Juzo is the side character of this part. Tetsuro has taken the main character part for here. And then he's like, I have to talk to you one more time, so let's go to this secluded hallway where nobody will find us. I don't know what that hallway was, but I mean, fair enough, I guess. It worked. I mean, it didn't work out in the grand end of it, but we'll get to that. Essentially what Juzo wants, he wants Spitsbergen to stop doing bad things. He's alright with their message, just stop being terrorists, is essentially what he's saying. And then the Wachowski's all like, well, you say that, but what do you have to offer in return? And he said, I will give myself up. You don't need Juzo. I can stop Seven by myself, basically. And I'm like, well, he could just Harmony him. Like, why? He could just do that, right? So, like, why doesn't he do that? He doesn't want to sacrifice anyone. He wants Spitsbergen to think of another way to expose Berurin without all this terrorist stuff going on. The prof says, alright, I like your ideas, I like your thinking, but Spitsbergen wanted to kill you last time. Do you think they're going to listen to you? Nah, not going to happen. There was no other choice but terrorism, he says. What is Berurin's final objective? Do you know? Because, blimey no, that's not right. Professor created Spitsbergen not to destroy Berurin, but to turn extension technology back to where it was. He also talks about the 4 members of the governing board, and over time, the Berurin governing board and everything. And over time, basically, the research changed from, how to live to how to not die. Basically, immortality for these 4 people. And then the 4 statues in the statue with the 4 faces I assume that's them. Created Spitsbergen originally to be like a peaceful protest to raise awareness against Berurin, but then obviously all the extended haters came, and then they took over they were the majority. So then they became like proper terrorists. So it wasn't ever his intention for it to get this out of hand. That's why he needs Juzo, basically to stop all this nonsense from happening, which, fair enough, Again, like I said, he doesn't seem like a bad guy, but he's going about this maybe the complete wrong way. I'm not going to say he's, you know what I'm saying. It's 2 sides of the same coin, basically. Brief interlude where we see Juzo. Juzo beat that guy who has the sword and everything, but then he gets needled by that guy Kunugi, who is similar thing to what Cronin was using. So this guy and Cronin, they were like, they're squad mates, like, they train the same place, they know each other is the gist of it. Guy tells him Tetsuro is up, and dude's like, nah, Tetsuro's not going to be able to hurt the old man, it's cool. One boy, not going to happen. And then Juzo had a good line. He was like, "You think you're holding me back? No, I'm holding you back." Very similar to your, I'm not in here with you, you're in here with me kind of thing going on there. Juzo's all like, "I will not let you get in his way." I don't know why I made him sound like Optimus Prime then, but although I can kind of see it now that I'm thinking about it, totally see Juzo as Optimus Prime. So there's a thought for a penny for your thought. Back to Tetsuro and Wachowski. So destroying 7 will destroy Wurzel's core. Wurzel is sort of like the 4 things, I guess. For, the statue essentially. So, and Wurzel is the thing that's corrupted Barurin as well. Juzo has special setting in him, different than the other Gunslave units for some reason, which don't know really what it is. Barurin will return to being relatively peaceful and not taking over the world if they defeat 7 and weaken Wurzel. So that's basically why they want to do that, just to make them not completely OP. We'll say OP, that's a good way to describe it. So they need to sacrifice Juzo, turn him into a tool to bring about true peace. And so Tetsuro's thinking about it. He remembers the time when he took his hand originally in the past, in his old memories and everything. Right now, though, he can't accept that. He doesn't want to sacrifice anybody. Won't allow him to hurt Juzo. And then Old Man is like, "Alright then, well, I gave you a chance. I'm going to take your head off and extract Harmony." So then he turns into he doesn't turn into an extended. He reveals his extended form, and it's creepy. It's sort of like an ant or a scorpion or something. It's just weird. I don't know what else to call it. He's very creepy. Tetsuro obviously can't use Harmony because he's locked into Harmonying himself, so he's just got to rely on his body, which isn't going to go great for him. His fight's going on 2 places. We've got Tetsuro and him. Juzo's fighting the other guy, so he can't come help. Tetsuro blocks some knives, and he's like, "I'll fight for my dreams, even if those dreams are, naive and foolish," which I agree, they are naive and foolish, but hey, that's why they're dreams. You got to work to make them a reality, and then at the end, Tetsuro's Harmony starts glowing, and so he's going to do something. Don't know exactly what he's going to do, but it is exciting. Things are sort of picked up now, though. I hope Tetsuro defeats him by himself. Like, I don't know how he's going to do it, but like Juzo's occupied, so he can't just rely on him. So I'm curious to see what happens. That was the end of this week's episode. It left me wanting more. It left me wanting to see what happens next week. So it's done its job great. So my favourite part of the episode, what was it, I hear you ask? Well, it was basically when Tetsuro played a reverse Uno card on Wachowski and was like, "Haha, I'm up actually. You're gonna listen to me now. I'm not listening to you." It was good. It was sort of obvious it was gonna happen. Didn't make it any less cool of a moment though. It was still pretty damn cool, is what I'm saying. Shows Tetsuro, hey, he's a good guy. A few episodes we've had like this little, oh my god, what's Tetsuro gonna do? A little will he, won't he, with the being a bad guy thing and betraying Juzo. But it's nice to see, Tetsuro's full in on his friend with Juzo and everything. I liked it. I think it was good. It was very good indeed. Anyway, like I said, this episode was, I think we properly set the stage now for the final battle. I think we're going to have this little shindig going on right now, and then 7 will crash the party, and Juzo will have to fight 7. It's sort of how I see it going. Probably defeat him with the help of Tetsuro, because he'll be like, "Tetsuro, you're allowed to use my gun head," and then he'll use the gun head, and then pshoom, and shoot him. That's sort of how I see it going down. Could be wrong, but hey, I'm allowed to make predictions. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye guys.